every corner. Better yet, be the fun. Laugh, dance, spin, jump. Make a single weekend last a lifetime. And keep it going with a crisp, refreshing Bud Light. The perfect beer for whatever happens.
There are no medals won for earning a living. It's just what you do for family. But it's hard to build a future if you can't see past today. That's why Walmart is investing in the most important part of our company, our people. Because a raise in pay raises us all.
All you gotta do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Nutrition Smart wants you to be smart with your nutrition. Save more this month with 20% off Thursdays. That's right, get 20% off store-wide every Thursday this month. Shop the latest in organic fruits and vegetables, the largest selection of vitamins and supplements, and a variety of natural health and beauty supplies. Be smart at Nutrition Smart. Opposite side from Publix next to ABC Liquors in Palm Beach Gardens. Nutrition Smart.
If you're not happy with how your allergy medicine treats your congestion, rethink relief with Nasacort Allergy 24-Hour. Unlike antihistamines that target only one cause of your symptoms, Nasacort stops more, relieving the worst nasal allergy symptoms, even congestion, for 24 hours. It's non-addictive and has no harsh taste, and unlike Flonase, it's scent and alcohol-free. And it's available over-the-counter at full prescription strength. Rethink your relief with Nasacort. It stops more of what makes you miserable.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 86. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear, low 76. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Mother's Day, unfortunately, active for severe weather. 5 separate tornado watches extending all the way until 9 o'clock tonight Central Time. And you can see some of the major cities impacted: Dallas, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and then further out into central Missouri. Let's go ahead and take a look at a brand new severe thunderstorm watch that was also issued just moments ago. Kansas City, you're in this watch, as is Springfield. This watch goes until Sunday night tonight, 10 o'clock Central Time. This means that we're likely to see severe thunderstorms with large hail, damaging winds, and unfortunately frequent lightning strikes. Let's take a look at Tulsa, because that's a place we're watching for that threat of severe weather. Traffic moving smoothly, but unfortunately your weather could change as we go through the afternoon and evening hours. Tulsa is under a tornado watch for today. Much of the eastern half of Oklahoma is, unfortunately, into tonight. As we zoom in, flooding is also a concern. You can see some of the flood watches labeled there. Oklahoma City dry at the moment, but that does not mean that you're out of the woods yet for severe weather. Jen, of course, has been tracking not only these severe storms, but a look at Ana, which is now a depression. Jen?
It is now to a depression, but the movement has become stationary, so rain, as it's been, is still going to be our biggest concern. Let's go ahead and look at the latest stats here. In case you missed it, at 2 o'clock, it was downgraded to a tropical depression. The winds at 35 miles per hour. The movement, though, stationary, and that has been its sort of plan all along, right? It hasn't been moving much at all, and you can see where we got the brighter colors on the satellite. That is reflective of where we have some of the bigger storms and the rainfall. So here we go with the radar. First of all, you can still pick out the circulation right here. Now has crossed over from South Carolina into North Carolina, but still not moving very quickly at all, and a lot of rain is coming in with that. A lot of moisture getting pumped in from the Atlantic right to the east of the Wilmington, North Carolina area. Some of those outer bands, too, coming in towards the Hatteras area, as you can see there. We're also watching this little batch here in this outer band. This is going to rotate on up eventually out towards the Outer Banks. Norfolk, Virginia, your thunderstorms right now, you can blame them on Anna. It's all related. You can see that rotating in right across this area. And just to the north of Imperia, in Virginia, getting a couple of thunderstorms. Now, the winds have been mainly about the same as what we've been watching all day here. Gusting anywhere from 20 to 25 miles per hour if you're close to the center of circulation. It's generally less than that the farther you get away, although we are getting a wind gust to Virginia Beach right now of 24 miles per hour. So as we put this into motion, because we are seeing it move so slowly, you're going to be stuck with this thing here through Monday evening all the way through North Carolina. You know, it's caused some problems already with the inches of rain we've seen, and we can show you that out of Ocean Isle Beach here in North Carolina. Great little town, little barrier island kind of location here, and so it is low-lying, and of course we'll take on water very easily, but when you get inches of rain, you start to get concerned about your streets filling up like this, and we've seen inches of rain, and we're going to keep on tracking it. Bonnie?
Thanks, Jen. On top of that, Winter Storm Venus dumping May snow from the Rockies all the way to the northern plains.
I think it's crazy, zany, splendiferous, and wonderful.
Where would you rather be right now?
Guam, Hawaii, Honolulu, anywhere.
You know, they have snow here, as I understand it, as late as June. What is this like for you this late?
It gives me the willies. I feel like my armpits are frozen shut. And
it's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you may find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
But you're not even covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
Or how you may be covered for this, but not for something like this. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
My feet felt so heavy at the end of the day.
They used to get really tired.
Until I started gelling.
I got Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
When they're in my shoes, my feet and legs feel less tired.
It's like walking on a wave.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
I'm a believer.
So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. Ach verdammt! I said it 3 times and it's still not true.
Performance is now an American thing. Introducing the all-new Chrysler 200. America's import. Find it at Chrysler.com.
When it comes to food, pets know what they want, and so do we. That's why you'll find simple, natural ingredients like real meat and wholesome veggies in delicious Rachael Ray Nutrish recipes with no fillers or byproducts. And Rachel's personal proceeds from Nutrish help shelter pets everywhere.
Guys, I said I'd be back.
Give your pets the food they would make for themselves, if they could. Rachael Ray Nutrish. Real recipes, real ingredients, real good.
We have a tornado on the ground. It's moving. We know you can't control the weather. That's looking good. So we build things to harness it.
That's awesome.
They hit the water. Game on.
Up here in Southeast Alaska, the Coast Guard's last line of defense.
This is about how far you can push yourself.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. We are tracking Winter Storm Venus. That's right. It's bringing plenty of snow across much of the northern plains. And we're not done with it yet. You can see that we're watching out for 8 to 12 inches of snow still in parts of South Dakota, even into Colorado. I guess that's some good news. Some people might like to see the snow, but others maybe not so much. So looking at the snow still to come, that's what we can expect. Our radar shows the snow's falling all along I-94 into Bismarck. And then it's more rain, but it's still cold, though, and coming down heavy and hard into the Fargo area just along 29. Head further to the south, the snow is a little bit lighter in intensity, even though certainly Rapid City is seeing more of it as it wraps around. And speaking of Rapid City, Winter Storm Venus is hitting the northern plains hard, and Scott Newell is in Rapid City, South Dakota, where they've received over a foot of snow, and as you can see, it's still falling.
Here in Rapid City, South Dakota, it has been snowing steadily since yesterday at midday, just constant. Sometimes heavy, sometimes light like right now, but constant. That combined with the wind has caused a lot of slippery driving conditions, some really bad conditions on I-90. In some cases, they've lowered the speed limit to 40 miles an hour. Even here in the Rapid City roads, look at the slush. And this is tough to get through, makes for slow going. Other problems, the wildlife here. Look at these plants. A lot of these plants have seen 80-degree temperatures a week ago. They're all ready to go for spring. And you know what? As long as there's not more snow than this, they should be okay. But also the ranchers, they're having to worry about their calves and their lambs. They're very susceptible to hypothermia at this time of year. So they've had to provide shelter for those calves and lambs. It was in 2013, there was a big blizzard here that killed thousands of livestock, hoping not to have a repeat of that. Winter storm warning here goes until 6 o'clock. The forecast for Rapid City area, 3 to 4 inches, and for the areas around the Black Hills up to the northeast and in the South Dakota Plains, a little higher than that, anywhere from 4 to 10 inches of snow. Again, that winter storm warning ends at 6 o'clock local time. You know what? Venus, not a lot of love for Mother's Day, unfortunately. So you got to be careful if you're out trying to take mom out for lunch or dinner today. Back to you.
That is true for sure. Well, even late season snow may be pretty, but the fierce storms we're seeing do have a gorgeous side as well. Like this, beneath the fury of a funnel cloud, there it is, a rainbow. And more weather shocks. Stay with us for this Mother's Day.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 86. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear, low 76. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible, high 86. Here's our 7-day outlook.
From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching a special edition of Weather Center Live. Hello, and thank you for joining us for our extended coverage for this triple weather threat we're looking at this weekend. I'm Bonnie Schneider, and here's the weather affecting your Mother's Day plans. Well, first of all, there's Anna. And now it's a depression, kicking up waves and wind along the Carolina coast. The storm made landfall as a tropical storm early this Mother's Day morning. Ahead, what it could mean for the start of your work week in our nation's capital. Plus, tornadoes proved deadly this weekend. One person died when a twister hit the town of Cisco, Texas. More severe weather is ahead today. And can you believe that this is May? Winter Storm Venus cranking out the snow into the northern plains. We'll tell you who could be shoveling away a foot or more of heavy May snow. We want to begin now with a severe weather threat. Nearly 35 million people could struggle with storms today. And just a few short hours ago, we saw a tornado touch down in South Dakota. This shows you some of the damage in Delmont, South Dakota. You can see a hay wagon that flipped over in a field. That's one weather threat, just one that we're keeping you on top of for this busy Mother's Day. Storm specialist Jen Carfagno has been tracking these storms as they roll through so much of the country. Jen?
All right, Bonnie. So that South Dakota cell we were tracking earlier, actually for a couple hours, that one finally ended. But we have a lot of other weather to watch. So I want to show you the broad picture first so you can see the extent of the area that is under the concern for thunderstorms today, all the way from Texas right up into Iowa, really into Minnesota too, and all across this area. Watch watching for thunderstorms. And we've got a lot of active weather ongoing right now. First, I want to show you, this is an overlay of both our visible satellite, which is like looking down from space at the clouds, and the radar. And what you're noticing is that in this area right in here, like in central Kansas, around Wichita and down into northern parts of Oklahoma, where we got some clearing earlier today, we are now seeing thunderstorms starting to go. They're not at severe limits, but nonetheless, we're getting some thunderstorm activity, I think indicative of the environment, the very active environment that we have, an unstable environment, and so there will be more thunderstorms across this area. Further south, we've had these thunderstorms, and this area in northern Texas now into Oklahoma, heavy rain has been one of the biggest concerns so far. We're going to add something new to the mix in that area. So heavy rain in Wise County has been a big concern. Let me zoom into this region, though. There is now a severe thunderstorm warning for Denton, for Tarrant, and for Wise County. And the same area dealing with the heavy rain, we are watching concerns with this thunderstorm cell right here that we may see some tremendous hail or maybe some strong gusty winds, or there is the chance that this storm may rotate. There was a report of a wall cloud around Justin, Texas, which is right in this area. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the area that we're looking at right here. So a storm spotter out there did report a wall cloud in Justin, Texas. All right, so let me flip on over to another source here. I want to show, no, we don't have that yet. Do I have it on? Just, okay. Weather producer Brandon set it up on, nope, here we go. On my source here, so I can show you some of the heaviest of rain in the areas of most concern across this region. Again, the rainfall has been on the order of 3 to 4 inches per hour. That's what we saw around the Slidell, Texas area earlier. That was a reported amount. So that's the kind of rain that's tracking now here a little farther north. Now it looks like the storms have maybe shrunk in size a tiny bit, but not by much. Dallas and Fort Worth, I will tell you that at least these storms are off to your north and west, but for those communities north and west of the Metroplex, we are dealing with a very heavy rainfall, and we'll keep an eye on that storm, the part of the storm around Justin, Texas. Also have some very heavy rain still in parts of Arkansas, Missouri. We're dealing with some storms up around the Omaha area. This storm is moving pretty quickly off to the north of you. Harrison still under a severe thunderstorm warning until 2:15 local time. Could be some hail or some gusty winds with that one. You know, we put the storms into motion in forecast mode here. We are going to see more thunderstorm activity develop throughout the day and continuing into overnight and moving east. Let me go back to my other source here. We just got a new tornado warning for Denton, Texas. This is the area that we were watching for you, right? That wall cloud was reported around Justin. Watching as we continue to track this storm cell. It has been indicated some rotation by Doppler radar, and of course the observation of a wall cloud is something that is concerning. Now, this is our storm relative velocity, which tells us relative to the movement of the storm, what direction the rain or the wind is moving within the storm. And you can see right in this area right here, we are dealing with rotation as indicated by Doppler radar. So that plus the storm spotter observation of a wall cloud, which is not a tornado, by the way, but certainly something that can drop from the storm cloud or the supercell thunderstorm before you see a tornado. We are concerned about this area. So we're going to track this for you, and we go from the Justin area to the north and east. North Lake, 207, Denton 227, Cooper Creek 234. Again, the storm moving to the north and east. There's a lot of heavy rain wreck behind this as well. Again, the flash flood warning does remain in effect for this area as well. But right now the concern is that there may be some rotation, and we'll have to watch this tornado warning, possible tornado, as we track this storm to the north and east. This goes until 2:30 local time. Broader view, you can see Dallas out of it. Fort Worth, you're out of it right now. We are in a lull, and you know, hopefully we get to keep this lull, but certainly we'll be monitoring any additional storms firing across this area. Again, Denton tornado warning until 2:30 local time. Bonnie?
Thanks so much for that, Jen. On our radar also this Mother's Day is Ana. It's now a depression. We want to take a look at Ana, but first, it's a little bit of a wind maker, certainly. You want to see how strong those winds were in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Check out these pictures this morning. Incredible pictures across much of the area showing how rough the seas were. And there it is. You can see some of that wind. We want to take a look at the impacts of Ana and what we can expect. All right. Looking at the storm right now, it is a depression, and as Jen was saying, there's really still no driving force to move it. So that's why the movement is stationary, meaning it's sort of just sitting there, bringing about the rain and certainly the wind to the region, not as heavy as it was last night. But you can see still heavy rain just pumping on into the Wilmington area, then towards South Carolina, and also further north, we're seeing rain into the Outer Banks. Look at the storm coming into the Cape Hatteras area right now, and this is stretching all the way up to Elizabeth City and into Norfolk. You can see some lightning coming through. Not done with Anna or Venus yet, plus severe storms. Stay with us.
Quiet! Mom has a headache! Had a headache. But now, I don't. Excedrin is fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
I've never cooked Thai food in my life, and now I'm cooking it for 20 people. The Cooking Club was one of the first things we tried when we moved to Del Webb, and now it's our turn to have everyone over. I'm finding that a kitchen and a house like this encourage you to try new things. In fact, in my new home with my new friends, I'm becoming quite comfortable, stepping out of my comfort zone.
Find the community that's right for you at delwebb.com. While you're at it, schedule a visit for a day or more and meet the people who live there.
Next.
Expected wait time, 55 minutes. Your call is important to us. Thank you for your patience.
In the nation, we know how it feels when you aren't treated like a priority. We do things differently.
We'll take care of it.
We put members first.
Thank you.
Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
To you, they're more than just a pet, so protect them with K9 Advantix 2. Its broad-spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too. K9 Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. New Flonase outperforms a leading allergy pill, so you will inhale life. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So roll down your windows, hug your pet, dust off some memories, make new ones. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Your buddy Ron once said he could install your ceiling fan. He couldn't. And that one time, Ron said another chili dog was a good idea? Yeah, it wasn't. So when Ron said you'd never afford a John Deere tractor, you knew better. Now, Ron does too. Introducing the E-Series. Legendary John Deere quality. Unexpected low price. See your John Deere dealer for great green tag savings on the E-Series family of tractors.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures, and every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, a few passing clouds. Low 76. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Monday night, a mostly clear sky. Low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The American dream is built on blood.
I feel I failed them.
Sweat.
We are going to redo everything.
And tears.
I don't want to go look for a job. I love my job.
He'll tear it down and build it back up.
Welcome to your new store.
Oh my God. The Prophet season premiere Tuesday at 10, only on CNBC.
Tracking a thunderstorm right now on the northern side or northwestern side of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex with rotation and a possible tornado. I want to go in and show you what's happening on radar. We're going to zoom into this area right here. This is the area of interest, and we've been tracking this storm really for heavy rain over the past hour or so. However, right now, Denton, Texas under a tornado warning, and the concern has shifted for a possible tornado. There is a report right now of a funnel from a rotating thunderstorm, a funnel that is almost dropped all the way to the surface, which would make it a tornado when it drops to the surface, and that is about to cross right over the interstate up here, I-35 west at Crawford. So that is the area right now of specific concern. The thunderstorm itself is moving to the north and east at about 25 miles per hour. I want to again show you another view of this as we continue to watch. Here's the area of concern right up in here. It's moving in this direction, and again, the report was from a spotter, emergency manager, actually, I believe, that it was about to cross right over I-35 west at Crawford. Again, a funnel from a rotating thunderstorm that was about to drop, hadn't yet, but was about to drop all the way to the ground. It looked like it was. Here is the area of concern right in here, and again, this storm cell has with it also a lot of heavy rain. That has been what we've been tracking so far this afternoon, is the very heavy rain in Wise County and now into the Denton area and Denton County under this tornado warning until 2:30 local time. I want to show you again the rain that we're going to get in this area right here, because once we do see that part of the storm cell move through, there's a lot of heavy rain behind it, tracking right up to the north and east, and rain and flooding concerns are going to stay with us right through the afternoon across this area. Bonnie.
Jen, well, Anna did not keep some vacationers from heading to the Carolina coast for Mother's Day weekend. Our own Paul Goodlow caught up with those who came from near and far to watch Anna's wind and wave show.
It doesn't look like it's super bad yet. Yeah.
When Irene Burns and her kids decided to visit Myrtle Beach, South Carolina this weekend, a weekend in May, their last thought was that there would be a tropical storm. But then came Anna.
Well, my middle child, she does watch the Weather Channel and keeps up with it all. So she's the one who's like, is it a hurricane yet? Is it a hurricane yet?
Despite the rain and the wind, Burns and others aren't letting Anna put a damper on their plans.
We're just going to do it and have fun.
Yesterday it was snowing and windy.
In Newfoundland.
In Newfoundland. Right now I think I'll take the tropical storm because we're tired of snow and rain and wind and everything else.
It's not just South Carolina feeling the impacts, but North Carolina too, including here in Wrightsville Beach. Still, it hasn't stopped some people from coming out.
It's not hot. You will not burn your skin. And it's moisture that we don't have in Colorado.
Anna started out as a subtropical storm before transitioning to a tropical storm. While it's not all that rare to see a storm in May, this is a bit earlier than usual. But interestingly, the very earliest storm we can find on record was a subtropical storm in January of 1978. The first tropical storm, Groundhog Day in 1952, and that packed 50-mile-per-hour winds. But whatever you call Anna, the impacts are the same.
So we still enjoying ourselves, enjoying the weather, the waves in the water. It's very nice.
People can still have a good time, but they need to watch the heavy surf and high rip current threats. In Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, I'm meteorologist Paul Goodlow.
Thank you, Paul. That's good advice for the coast, but what about those inland dealing with severe weather right now? Well, it's ongoing today and tonight. Check out the threat, as Jen has been reporting, all the way from Texas and then further northward to Missouri, well into the northern plains. We had a tornado in South Dakota earlier today, but what about the Torcon? Dallas, it's at a 5 all day. We're also watching late afternoon tonight for Springfield, Missouri and Des Moines, Iowa. Much of Iowa facing that risk for severe weather today and tonight. Tonight, stretching all the way northward. You can see the snow on the backside of the system, but then advancing to the east and western Tennessee getting into the mix as well. Well, winter weather is on the move, and as you might expect, not everyone is happy about it.
We came up from Lincoln, Nebraska, and we expected to leave this morning, but the weather is not cooperating, so we're staying another day.
What do you think, Dwayne, of the weather right now?
Well, I can't say that on TV, but...
He's not happy about it. Ahead, find out where the best gift you can give mom for Mother's Day might be to shovel off her driveway. We're tracking May, snow, and Venus next.
Americans, 83% try to eat healthy, yet up to 90% fall short in getting key nutrients from food alone. Let's do more. Add One-A-Day Men's, complete with key nutrients we may need, plus it helps support healthy blood pressure with vitamin D and magnesium. One-A-Day Men's.
Dude, Totino's Blasted Rolls. Sweet.
Totino's Blasted Crust Rolls.
Yeah.
Flavor it full blast.
The termite swarm has come. Enter the legions of Terminex with 85 years of experience and the strongest guarantee in the business. Sorry, termites, we got a swarm of our own. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminex.
When you're waiting for summer, every second feels like an eternity. So when it finally arrives, make every second count on a Sea-Doo watercraft. At the Countdown to Summer sales event, get up to a 5-year warranty or save up to $1,000.
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Hankook Tires.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. And an award for best tasting hard cider.
Have you got the shot yet?
Remember that thing about keeping your face behind the award? Strongbow.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you were watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line, sailing from the Port of Palm Beach, has exciting cruise rates for Florida residents and visitors on multiple cruise dates with prices of just $149 for all interior cabins and just $169 for all ocean view cabins. You'll sail on Florida's newest, most flexible, and best Bahamas cruise. Your 2-night cruise will include delicious dining, some of the best live shows at sea, lots of fun, lots of pampering, and an exciting day in the Bahamas. If you're looking for a longer vacation, add 2 or 4 nights at the all-inclusive, beautiful Grand Lucayan Resort to your cruise. Enjoy spectacular white sand beaches, family fun, fine dining, golf, and so much more. Call 800-814-7100 to book your Bahamas Paradise Cruise from just $149. Ask about all of our May concerts and events. Call 800-814-7100. That's 800-814-7100.
Fat Guys in the Woods. New season June 7th on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8, brought to you by Petco. What we feed them matters.
How long does it take to grow old? And why does it seem like no one wants to do it? Isn't growing old the same thing as living longer? Living longer is something that's on the mind of every pet parent. And what we feed them matters. At Petco, pets are our sole focus. We handpick a unique selection of food to meet our high standards. Because when we feed them better, our companions thrive. Petco, what we feed them matters.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, a few passing clouds. Low 76. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Monday night, a mostly clear sky. Low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We are dealing with a reported tornado right now north of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The city of Denton, though, in particular, we are looking at you. So let's take a look at the radar right now. I want to point out this is where we have the tornado warning outlined in red. Let me zoom right in, though, so we can show you specifically where this rotation and where the apparent tornado is. So we've zoomed on into the area. Now, this is, I'm going to circle it for you. This is where we have seen so far one report from storm spotters around the Argyle area. Report at that point that it crossed over 35 and right around 377 and Crawford Road is where there was a report. Now, what you're also going to notice as you look at this vantage point, I mean, look at all the bright reds all in the area. This is a lot of heavy rain. So this tornado was reported as rain wrapped. Likely be very difficult to see. We want to make sure you seek shelter immediately right now if you are in this region. It is moving off to the north and east at 25 miles per hour. So the city of Denton, you are in the path of this. We put on the storm relative velocity so that we can show you where there's some Doppler radar indicated rotation. Again, with a rain-wrapped tornado, even in person, it's difficult for storm spotters to see unless it's right up on top of them. So again, watching this area south of the Denton area right now, that's where the Doppler radar is indicating rotation. The spotter reports here on the bottom of your screen, that's where so far the spotter reports have come from. It's tracking to the north and east. I believe this is Highway 377 right here, so likely might be moving along or very close to this highway. Again, if you're in this area, we need you to immediately seek shelter. Get into your interior room. If you don't have a basement, it's an interior room like a bathroom or a closet with as many walls between you and the outside as possible. A storm shelter would be great. But again, heavy rain is another concern that you will not necessarily be able to look out the window and see it coming. We don't want you to do that because you won't be able to see it. There's a lot of rain with this storm cell, and that has been a calling card of what we've been watching across this area. Again, I'm going to circle the area of rotation on Doppler radar. I'm going to broaden out too so you can just see the tremendous rainfall that we are dealing with. You know, the imminent concern, of course, in Denton is the fact that you've got a tornado warning. It goes until 2:30. There has been a tornado spot, and it is on ground. However, you have a lot of heavy rain, and the saturated ground means that flash flooding is also going to be a concern across this area, and that flash flood warning does continue as well. So I don't want you to lose sight of that concern and the heavy rain that we have across this area. Let me broaden out the view one more time so you can see what's happening here. This little cluster of storms that we're watching, and that's where we have that tornado warning and that spotted tornado heading towards Denton, Texas. That is all moving to the north of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We are tracking a lot of rain now moving into southern Oklahoma, as you can see right here. But then after that, we'll get another break, and we'll stay in a break around the Dallas and Fort Worth area. So that's good to see for us here in Dallas and Fort Worth to get that break. Right now, the main concern is north of town, up around Denton, Texas, under a tornado warning until 2:30 local time. And again, it has been spotted by storm spotters here on the ground. Damage has been reported as well. So make sure you take this very seriously and seek shelter. Bonnie, over to you.
Jen, it's really getting active out there, and on the backside of all the severe weather, we have Winter Storm Venus, and this is kicking up substantial snow into the Plain States. You can still see we're not done with it yet. 5 to 8 inches still in the forecast, up to a foot in some parts of South Dakota, still on the way. So that's why we're watching for that snow to continue, mixing with rain at times. We're seeing that along I-94 in the Bismarck area, and then just a little bit further to the east, Fargo, it's looking at more of a rain event, but Rapid City, it's cold enough for all snow, and we've seen it quite a bit certainly in Rapid City overnight, so we'll see more of that ahead. The snow still to come, just a few more inches. Mount Rushmore saw some snow earlier, but we're still looking at a couple more inches to pop up, so keep that in mind. Well, pictures of some snow in Cheyenne, Wyoming, we want to show you those now. Winter Storm Venus is dumping snow across the northern plains. Now, some places certainly could see over a foot of snow, and look what it looks like. I feel like this picture looks like February, but no, this happened in May. We're going to be talking more about Winter Storm Venus, but first, severe weather, a tornado warning for Denton in Denton, Texas until 2:30 p.m. Stay with us. We'll have more on that.
When you're living with diabetes, steady is exciting. Only Glucerna has Carb Steady, clinically proven to help minimize blood sugar spikes. I'm a bull rider! Make it part of your daily diabetes plan, so you stay steady ahead.
We could tell you about the years of research and development.
how he forged advanced high-strength steel to make the frame stronger yet lighter. The countless hours spent testing the suspension and tuning every sound from the engine to the trunk. But until you get behind the wheel, you have no idea. The completely redesigned Hyundai Sonata.
Oh, this audit will take days. What a headache.
Actually, I don't have a headache anymore. Excedrin really does work fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
The ultimate do-over for wood and concrete. Don't replace, resurface. Behr Premium Deck Over, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check?
Who's that?
so weird, right? My agent Tom said,
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
but I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try. Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving Bonus Check. Are you in good hands?
Oh, cool. I can check my credit score on Credit Karma.
Checking your credit score is for chumps. I have great credit.
How do you know?
Duh.
You know those change, right?
Tattoos don't change.
Try Credit Karma. It's free, and you can see what your score is right now. Aren't you a little bit curious?
I just got my free credit score.
Credit Karma. Really free credit scores. Really free.
I've got to update my ink.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, a few passing clouds. Low 76. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Monday night, a mostly clear sky. Low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Marcus Lemonis puts up his own money to save failing businesses. The Profit season premiere Tuesday at 10, only on CNBC.
All right, we are following a tornado warning in Denton, Texas. And right now you are looking live here at one of our storm chasers, Nick Busby, out there. He is providing this feed now. As you can see, certainly some wet roads, but also a view of the sky as well. Again, this tornado warning continues until 2:30 for Denton, Texas. Want to make sure if you're in this area, surrounding areas up to the north and east. I want to show you quickly what area this entails. Right up here in the northeastern portion of the county, you need to seek shelter. There was a report earlier of a tornado on the ground, and again, still monitoring this storm very, very closely for possible rotation. Bonnie?
Right, and Nick Busby has been kind enough to speak to us on the phone as he continues to track these storms out there, because look at the pictures that you can see from the road. The cloud looks like he's coming into a brighter part. But Nick, are you on the phone with us right now?
Yes, I'm here.
So tell me about your experience so far today.
So far, I was coming down out of Oklahoma, actually, and this line kind of fired up outside of Dallas, just to the northwest, and just right near the Texas Motor Speedway out northwest of Fort Worth. It looked like it was trying to spin up a tornado just briefly. I didn't see anything actually spin up. It quickly kind of went linear, and a lot of precipitation came in. But I'm kind of moving down south to the tail end of this. May form up another one. Kind of keep an eye on things right now.
Have you seen any hail with the system?
So far, there hasn't been much hail. Maybe up to about an inch is all I ran into personally.
It looks like it's a little dry where you are now, but you said you went through some real torrential rainfall earlier.
Yeah, it was pretty much just a blinding downpour just for a little bit there when the core came through.
So what is your plan now going forward? Where are you headed, and what are you looking to capture on video?
For now, I'm kind of looking at the tail end of this on the northwest corner of Fort Worth, where the initial convection's forming there. It's kind of forming a bit of a line. That'll be the area where you'll see the most clean inflow, more support for the more severe storms. It's also kind of in the metro area. I want to keep an eye on things there.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know this has been such an active week and weekend with severe weather. Have you been chasing steadily every single day this week?
I literally just drove straight in from Dodge City, Kansas from Chase yesterday. It's been very busy.
I'm sure it was. Well, Nick Busby, thank you so much for joining us on the phone right now. And Jen has been really tracking these storms to take a look at what we've been looking at in terms of Denton and where it's all headed. Jen?
Yeah, so let's zoom on into this storm. I want to show you the radar, and we can show you where the tornado warning is first. This region of Denton County up here in the northeastern portion of the county does include the city of Denton, although it is the area that we're concerned about within the storm cell is moving out of there. So let me track what's happening for you right now as we go first here on to one of the layers that we have available on our radar, which is the velocity, which shows us what direction the air or the wind or the rain or hail is moving within the storm cell itself. And, you know, here's Denton right here. There really isn't a clear sign of any rotation within, you know, maybe up here a little bit here to the northeast of Denton, to the west of New Hope. But at the moment, again, this is an indicated tornado. We had ground truth earlier from a spotter of a funnel cloud that did reach the ground. We've had reports of damage, and of course the Weather Service will analyze the damage after the fact to see if that damage was indeed caused by a tornado or by just straight line winds out of a thunderstorm. Denton, Roanoke, Sanger, you are all under this severe thunderstorm warning portion here. You can see the rest of the county outlined in the yellow. That goes until 2:45 local time, but we still have that tornado warning now until 3 o'clock for Denton County, which is this area right up here in the northeastern portion of the county. All right, so I'm going to take another view actually and broaden out the view a little bit and show you what we are dealing with across this area. In fact, I'll zoom it in just a little bit more, but Dallas, Fort Worth, I want to make sure you know right now this is all north of you, but I wouldn't say that you're in the clear necessarily because we do have to monitor what is going to be coming next across your area. So here is a view of the storm. Again, Denton, Texas is the region right here, and then in the northeastern portion of the county under that tornado warning right there. We are looking at certainly the chance for more storms to develop back across this area. You know, a lot of moisture feeding into this region. So, you know, Fort Worth side of town, heads up, we're going to be monitoring any additional storms. There is a boundary, a little outflow boundary that came out of that storm cell that we've been tracking around the Denton area. That may trigger additional thunderstorms later this afternoon as well. So all things to watch across this region. And again, the heavy rain, just a reminder, you're still under a flash flood warning across this region, including Wise County up towards Denton County and, you know, into Oklahoma. Flash flood warning for the very heavy rain that has been falling, and, you know, concerned about additional rain moving into this area later today. Bonnie? You know, Jen, looking at where Denton is and just in advance of it, you have those flash flood warnings and advisories. Do you think that tornado warning will be extended as the storm works its way to the north and east? Well, it's possible for sure. Now, the Doppler radar indicated rotation as well as the storm spotter reports have slowed down a bit. So it's something to monitor. The concern is that there is very heavy rain. And this was something one of the first reports of the tornado came out with, that it was wrapped in rain. And it's difficult to see. If you have spotters out there, difficult to see when they're wrapped in rain. You really have to be right up on it. So when you've had this much rain and you have additional rain coming, and then you're concerned about rotation, I think it's better to err on the side of caution, Bonnie, and certainly just monitor the storm as it tracks to the north and east. And one thing we've noticed is that these storms have been training over themselves. We're finally getting a break. We'll finally get some clearing back behind this storm cell as it moves through. So you get a chance to go outside after this all moves through and see if you have any damage and assess any flooding that has happened on your property. Driving around, though, still takes a while for that water to drain. So if there are flooded roadways, we want to make sure we tell folks to avoid the flooded roadways and any roads covered with water. We've seen reports of roads getting washed out from all of the rainfall that we've had recently in both Oklahoma, down into Texas, and up into Kansas as well.
Jen, we were talking earlier about some of the areas that haven't seen the rain and have had sunshine today. Are those the ones that you're really concerned with going into the evening hours tonight?
It's definitely another spot we're watching. Portions of central Kansas and central Oklahoma. You were in a break, and I know you were hoping that maybe you were finally done with this round of severe weather, the rounds and rounds. But you take a look at what's been happening here. These regions that had some clearing earlier, now you're starting to see more cumulus clouds and some cumulonimbus clouds develop. And we got the thunderstorms going already just to the east of Wichita, southward Oklahoma City, watching this little line right here to see if anything develops on that. All of this clearing that we see back here, Dodge City, back here into the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles, that's behind the front. So we will get a break once we can get everything through, but it's going to take through really the overnight to get us out of that until tomorrow. So Oklahoma City still, through the dinner hour, we still have a chance of thunderstorms, if not a little beyond. And then, in much of eastern Kansas and down here into Oklahoma, this area, we're still watching into the evening hours and even to the overnight hours to really get into the clear. All right, up next, we're going to talk about our other big story, which is a landfalling tropical system.
Even after careers like ours, we're still going strong.
What's your secret, Richard?
Blue Emu Super Strength Cream.
It gets down deep to soothe my muscles and joints.
And it's odor-free. It works fast.
And you won't stink.
To you, they're more than just a pet, so protect them with K9 Advantix 2. Its broad-spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too. K9 Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
So you ready for the night? And don't it feel nice?
Summer never looks so good. Bud Light Lime. Same 100% natural lime flavor in a new bottle. Summer on.
良質熟練の技革新1000年の歴史を持つ文化が最先端の製造技術を使うと待てよあれこれってクライスラー
Reliability is now an American thing. Introducing the all-new Chrysler 200. America's import. Find it at Chrysler.com.
Hey, Hunter, need some pointers?
Just around the house.
Yeah, should do it then.
I love this free store pickup.
Yeah, it's also great when you're on tour. Just order online, we'll have it waiting for you the same day. I bet there's an Ace within a golf swing at just about anywhere.
Really?
Oh, you don't need to...
New mailboxes.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Getting help at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Drive safely, Hunter.
Thanks again, Mike.
When it comes to food, pets know what they want, and so do we. That's why you'll find simple, natural ingredients like real meat and wholesome veggies in delicious Rachael Ray Nutrish recipes with no fillers or byproducts. And Rachel's personal proceeds from Nutrish help shelter pets everywhere.
Guys, I said I'd be back.
Give your pets the food they would make for themselves, if they could. Rachael Ray Nutrish. Real recipes, real ingredients, real good.
Your buddy Ron once said he could install your ceiling fan. He couldn't. And that one time, Ron said another chili dog was a good idea. Yeah, it wasn't. So when Ron said you'd never afford a John Deere tractor, you knew better. Now, Ron does too. Introducing the E-Series. Legendary John Deere quality. Unexpected low price. See your John Deere dealer for great green tag savings on the E-Series family of tractors.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, a few passing clouds. Low 76. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Sky, low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, you are looking live right now from a chopper shot from KXAS near Dallas, Texas. We have been monitoring a storm north of town towards Denton, Texas. So first of all, the Denton, Texas storm is under a tornado warning until 3 o'clock. From this vantage point, looks like a long shelf cloud, first of all. You can see some lowering, but nothing of concern right here. Hard to see without knowing their exact location what they are looking at exactly. But we've had this. In fact, I can show you on the radar. Let's go back to the radar for a minute, and it'll be, I think, easier to bounce back and forth so we can get a better view of what they are looking at. This is the radar. And I guess if they're up here, they might actually be looking at the shelf, this outflow boundary, creating a little shelf cloud there. This storm right here, or they might be getting this view of this edge of the storm. This is the one we've been tracking that has a tornado warning on it until 3 o'clock local time here. So we put them side by side so you can see both indications. We've got, no doubt, they're looking at this up here because you can see how dark the sky is, and a lot of rain coming out of this storm. We've been watching for the concern for flash flooding. We've had reports earlier when the storm was around Decatur, Texas, and when it was around Slidell, Texas, of 3 to 4 inches of rain an hour. So here they go as they continue to pan from the chopper over. It looks like on the very left-hand side. We'll have to watch what's happening in that part of the storm cloud. Let me zoom on in on the radar, actually, so we can get a closer view of the areas of concern. Want to make sure you know to go to shelter in some specific areas, like around Krugerville and Aubrey. So what we are showing you on the radar is the velocity, which shows you which direction that we have either wind or rain or hail or whatever's in the thunderstorm, what direction that we are seeing it moving. And a few minutes ago, just about 1 or 2 scans ago on the radar, it was velocity indicating that around Krugerville there was some rotation, and spotters are indicating that there is some rotation beginning around the Aubrey area as well. So these 2 spots, you need to be in your shelter or in your safest spot in your home immediately as we track this coming on through. Let's go back off to the other perspective so I can look at the rain, and very heavy rain as you saw from that chopper shot, how dark the sky was. Very heavy rain out there, and so you will not likely see this tornado coming. The sirens are going in the city of Denton, and so that's a good thing to alert you to this. You do need to get into your safest room. This tornado warning for this portion of Denton County, that northeastern portion, which includes Aubrey and Krugerville, that goes until 3 o'clock local time. And again, a closer view into this storm. You can see where Aubrey is right here. You see these dark colors on the radar. That indicates just some tremendous rain that we have been tracking for you. So that's another concern I want to make sure you don't forget about, is that flash flooding concern. All right, we're tracking it to the north and east. It's been moving at about 25 miles per hour. Pilot Point 252, Tioga 3 o'clock 3:08, and this does take you outside of the specifically warned area at this time, but by 3:08 it is in the town of Gunter. So all spots that you need to seek some shelter here, regardless of whether the warning is extended. I would get in your safe spot right now, and then and wait and see what happens as the storm crosses on into the next county. All right, so we're tracking this moving to the north and east. There may be some small hail that we spoke with a storm spotter earlier, and he did not get into any hail. There's always a concern with thunderstorms like this, but the heavy rain has been one of the biggest problems so far. As we broaden out the view to show you where all of this is tracking, it's going to be crossing here from Texas over the Red River. We're going to be getting some very heavy rain into Oklahoma, which we have been seeing now, up into the McAllister area, where we had tremendous rainfall yesterday and a lot of flooding. In fact, I shared some pictures earlier today of just one of the highways completely covered like a lake with water. So a concern that as we get more rain into this area, that's going to happen again. It hasn't been much more than hours since we've seen that last round of rain, and now more coming back into the area. The flash flood warning that was for that area was allowed to expire as was expected, but certainly it'll be something to watch here if we do get additional flash flooding concerns. This is the picture, McAllister, Oklahoma. I mean, look at that water covering that highway. All the cars stopped and no way to cross. And with so many reports of flooding lately, we are concerned that there's damage to the road underneath. And if you drive over a water-covered roadway, you don't know what you're getting yourself into all the time. All right, let's go back and look at the radar, where we also have some thunderstorms now that have fired around the Wichita area in Kansas. Those are tracking a little bit to the east of town right here. Not turning severe, but just something to watch here, that this area got destabilized enough today with the sunshine that we had that things are starting to pop. We do have this severe thunderstorm watch, which includes Kansas City. This goes until 10 o'clock tonight. It also includes the Springfield area, and you in here in Missouri got both things going on. You got a tornado watch for another couple hours, and also that severe thunderstorm watch until 9 o'clock tonight. This area of rain and thunderstorm that we've been tracking through central Missouri, haven't seen a lot of warnings on it, but there have been some reports of some sporadic wind damage and certainly some heavy rain and lightning too. So that's going to be one concern. We were watching around the Omaha area earlier. That warning has been allowed to move up just a little bit farther to the north.
My feet felt so heavy at the end of the day.
They used to get really tired.
Until I started gelling.
I got Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
When they're in my shoes, my feet and legs feel less tired.
It's like walking on a wave.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
I'm a believer.
Hut. When it comes to losing weight, everyone has a number. And if you want to get your performance back and feel great, do what I did. One call and I lost it all. 22 pounds gone.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus Kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist, or your money back guaranteed.
Nutrisystem has everything you need to feel better, look better, and perform better at any age, faster than ever before.
I haven't felt this good in years. Thank you, Nutrisystem. I lost 8 pounds in the first week.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes and craving crusher shakes free. New food selections, new expert guides. Call now and lock in 2014 prices, and shipping is free.
Whether your number's 10 or 50, make the right call. Nutrisystem.
Call 855-789-FIN now and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
Fat Guys in the Woods, new season June 7th on the Weather Channel.
I know you're busy walking your business. Oh, see what I did there? Walking your business instead of running your business? Hilarious. Or maybe not. Because with slow DSL from the phone company, you're just walking your business.
Call 1-800-881-5454 for internet and Wi-Fi starting at just $69.95 per month. With speeds up to 150 megabits per second, it's reliably fast, even during peak usage hours. You'll also get the fastest Wi-Fi for increased productivity away from your desk. Comcast Business Internet. Call 1-800-881-5454 now.
As former firemen, we learned the key to doing a great job was to work well together.
It's also the key to making a great sandwich.
Take our turkey bacon ranch sub, pile high with smoked turkey breast, sharp cheddar cheese, creamy peppercorn ranch, then top with bacon.
Or try our Hook and Ladder Light. It starts at just $5.49. Like all our subs, a perfect balance of ingredients working well together.
If only you and your barber could work so well together.
At least I still need one.
Please.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, a few passing clouds, low 76. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Monday night, A mostly clear sky. Low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We are watching a storm north of the Dallas-Fort Worth area near Denton, actually now north and east of Denton, Texas, which has had a tornado warning on it. That tornado warning remains in effect until 3 o'clock for portions of Denton County. All right, we're looking right now at a view from KXAS's chopper, and I believe they are on the Dallas side of town looking, well, they're looking north for sure, which is a big storm, a lot of dark clouds out here, a lot of rain. And really, I mean, when you put the radar up here side by side, your eyes first go to all these bright colors that we are tracking on the radar, indicating the heavy rain. And that has been one of the calling cards of this particular storm cell that we've been tracking since all the way back around Wise County earlier this afternoon. So right now for Aubrey, Krugerville, and Pilot Point, you are still under that tornado warning until 3 o'clock local time. You're looking at taking a quick look at the area and closer view into it. Aubrey, we're almost out of it, right? In fact, we are out of any concern for rotation right there in Aubrey. Pilot Point, you are under the tornado warning. You know, if I had to pick areas that may be concerned about rotation, maybe right in here to the north and east of Aubrey. But really the rotation is not as clear on Doppler radar as it was earlier. But there have been reports through the past hour of some damage. There have been reports from spotters of funnel clouds and of rain-wrapped tornadoes. So we want to make sure we keep our eye on this one here until really the all clear is given by the National Weather Service. Selena, Prosper, Sherman, you are now under a severe thunderstorm warning, and this includes Collin and Grayson counties. These are the counties up here to the east and also to the north of Denton that we have been tracking that tornado warning in. So the next warning that was issued here as this storm advances is into a severe thunderstorm warning. We may see some hail, we may see some strong winds, and those winds may create some damage. So either way, you should seek shelter and get inside, outside of this. You don't want to be stuck outside in this particular storm. You know, we look at the radar, and first of all, you see this storm tracking up into the northeastern portion of the county, again, about to cross over here into Collin and Grayson counties as well. But you also notice this thin line right here. That's the outflow boundary that came out of that storm here, sending out a rush of cool air here, probably pretty windy coming out of that here. And you will notice that on the north side of Dallas here and right here in between Dallas and Fort Worth, no doubt you are maybe seeing a little boundary up in the sky of clouds out there, and that is because of that outflow boundary. So as we take a look and broaden out the view here, another tornado warning has now just been issued for Sioux County, Lincoln County, and Union County in South Dakota. We go up into this area right here. Sioux Falls is up here, south of there. This is the area that we're watching here under that tornado warning. This includes Hudson. This one goes until, let's see, 3:15 local time. Again, looking at the Doppler velocity, which tells us where is there a rotation, Doppler radar indicated rotation anyway here, perhaps into this area. Brandon, let's put back on the radar again so I can see if there is there we go. All right, maybe right in here. We'll look at this after the break.
Your kids get used to sweaty odors in their room. They think it smells fine, but you smell this. Eliminate all the odors you've gone nose blind to with Febreze Fabric Refresher. So you and your guests can breathe happy.
Our oath isn't an empty gesture. It's the heart and soul of Terminix Nation. The Terminix Ultimate Protection Guarantee. A vow that we kill every termite in your home. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminix.
Shopping for the family used to cause a lot of stress between me and my budget. But thanks to Fingerhut, we have found our happy place.
Life is definitely sweeter.
At Fingerhut.com, we got approved to shop with low monthly payments, over 200,000 items with brand names like Samsung, Dyson, DeWalt, and with great family stuff like this Samsung TV.
And even our yoga mats.
All you got to do is click on over to Fingerhut.com and get the credit you deserve to get all kinds of great stuff for the family.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. New Flonase outperforms a leading allergy pill, so you will inhale life. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So roll down your windows, hug your pet, dust off some memories, make new ones. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1.
This Master Blast is delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you wearing that sash?
Because I'm a Blast Scout, Pete.
I don't know what that is.
We're dedicated to the enjoyment of blasts.
So those are patches for different things?
They represent different blasts. This is a waffle berry brownie.
What's that one for?
That's strawberry pucker pie.
What's that one?
Oh, that's a banana bobana crumble.
And what's that one for?
That one's covering up a hole.
Tons of surprising Master Blast flavor combos you're sure to love. Scouts Honor. And don't forget our half-price shakes after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
Control the weather. That's looking good. So we build things to harness it.
That's awesome. They hit the water. Game on.
Up here in Southeast Alaska, Coast Guard's the last line of defense.
This is about how far you can push yourself.
We are tracking severe weather right now with 2 tornado warnings for you to track, one in Texas, one in South Dakota. Let's go down into Texas first, where we are continuing to watch this tornado warning for Denton County. Although the city of Denton, you are in the clear in terms of this particular tornado warning here. Any rotation would be well to your north and east, but still some watching points north and east. And in the counties off to your north and east, we have now severe thunderstorm warnings, and that includes Collin County and Grayson County. We're right there. All right, then we go up to South Dakota, where we've got Lincoln, Sioux, and Union counties under tornado warnings. Right in here, you can see a little notch here, and that is where we do have that Doppler radar indicated rotation, as well as a bit of a hook on the radar. So this would be the area of concern right in there. Again, this tornado warning goes until 3:15 local time. Make sure you get to your safest room in your house, your lowest level, interior room. If you have a basement, that is the best place to be. We've had an active day already, and earlier today, Bonnie, in South Dakota, we had a tornado.
We sure did, Jen, and reported in Delmont, South Dakota, there was a tornado, and officials are asking all residents to leave the town. Christy Turman is the Director of Communication for the South Dakota Department of Public Safety. She joins me now on the phone. Christy, what is the situation there now?
Well, right now we do have state officials from the Department of Public Safety, including the Highway Patrol and the Office of Emergency Management. They are on scene in Delmont, coordinating with local officials. There are approximately 20 buildings that have sustained some level of damage. There have been some injuries reported, but thankfully those are minor. There have been no deaths reported. We are asking Delmont residents to leave the town voluntarily at this time for safety reasons. In Delmont, there is no electricity, no water, and no phone service. There are also some unsecured propane tanks. So for everybody's safety, we're just asking everyone to leave until we can get a handle on those issues.
It could be potentially a dangerous situation, as you mentioned, the propane tanks. How are you going to get the word out to residents if they don't have power and a lot of them possibly can't communicate? How do you get them out of the area?
Well, Delmont is like a lot of towns in South Dakota. It's a small town, and
Christy,
with
thank you so much. We're going to be talking with you just a bit, so stay with us and stay with us here on the Weather Channel. Thank you.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under partly cloudy sky. Tonight, a few passing clouds. Low 76. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Monday night, a mostly clear sky. Low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Thanks for joining us. Reported we had a tornado in Delmont, South Dakota earlier today, and officials are asking all residents to leave the town. Now, Christy Turman was on the phone with us earlier. She continues to speak with us. She's the Director of Communication for the South Dakota Department of Public Safety. Thank you so much for joining us, Christy, once again. You know, I know we were talking about the danger that exists right now for the residents. Can you recap that and tell me what you're doing to get those people to safety?
Well, right now we're asking the residents of Delmont to leave the town voluntarily. There are some safety issues. There's no power, no water, no telephone, and there's some unsecured propane tanks in the town. So for everyone's safety, we're just asking those folks to leave so that we can get a handle on those issues. And we're also, we've closed the town, and no non-residents are allowed in the town.
How many residents are you looking at this point that you think are out there that you're trying to evacuate the area?
You know, I don't have the population in front of me, but Delmont is like a lot of small towns in South Dakota. It's small. The residents all know each other. The responders that are in the town are going to be able to literally walk the town and make sure that everybody is informed of the voluntary evacuation.
You mentioned, luckily, no deaths reported, but there were some injuries. Can you talk about that?
Yes, there were some injuries reported. I don't have a lot of information on the specifics, but I do know that it's nothing serious and certainly not life-threatening injuries.
In this area in South Dakota, do you think that having a tornado is something unusual for residents? Maybe they were taken off guard, or do you think that they were well prepared and warned?
Well, in South Dakota, the weather can change at the drop of a hat. In fact, right now in the western part of the state, we have a blizzard that's occurring.
Right.
So South Dakotans are very resilient, very well prepared. They know the weather can change very quickly. Typically, May and June are our tornado months in South Dakota. It's chilly today. It's not real warm. So it was a surprise that a tornado of this size could come touch down today. But like I said, folks keep an eye on the weather here, and they're prepared.
That's really good news to hear that. But I know there's been quite a bit of destruction in the town in terms of buildings and homes. Well, we're getting some images coming into us now, but what you're really on the scene there, so what are you hearing about the damage?
Well, right now we estimate that approximately 20 buildings within the town have sustained some level of damage, and that includes a large church that's in the town, as well as their fire station where they keep their fire trucks. So definitely some devastating damage for these folks, but we're all going to work together to help them get through it.
You know, I'm glad to hear that you're all working together. Unfortunately, the timing of this couldn't be worse with it happening on Mother's Day. I imagine a lot of people were out and about. Were any people, you said that was a church that was damaged. What about any commercial buildings like a restaurant or anything like that?
You know, I don't know of any commercial buildings being damaged. I don't have that information in front of me. We just know that it was 20 buildings, including the church, and some of those 20 buildings do include homes as well.
Christy, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Stay safe in Delmont. And joining us now is Jen Carfagno, because she's tracking other threats where we're watching for tornado warnings. Jen?
Yeah, actually in South Dakota and right next to Iowa there. So let's go into our latest tornado warning. This one here in the eastern side of the state of South Dakota. We are looking at Lincoln, Sioux, and Union counties under a tornado warning until 3:15 local time. Now, the area that we've been watching is actually right on the southern edge of the storm. And we've been pairing both the reflectivities, which is what you're seeing right here, up with the velocity, which is what you're seeing right here, to look for any signs of rotation. The warning was based on Doppler radar indicated rotation. Maybe some broad rotation right in here. That would be the area to watch. Again, pairing that up with what we're seeing on our radar, it does match up with where we might see just a little bit of a notch right there and some inflow getting into the storm. So again, it's a rotation that's Doppler radar indicated. I have not seen any reports yet coming out of a spotted that it's not there. Again, there's a lot of rain too, and that's been one thing we've been tracking with everything today is that things are filled with rain out there. So it's moving along to almost due north, but a little more northeast of north, and we've got Alcester, Canton, Harrisburg, and Brandon in the path. Canton by 3:35, and then up towards the Brandon area up here by 4:06. Again, this is once you get out of the tornado warning, but want to give you an early heads up so you know what direction that this thing is tracking on in. Again, we look at the view right there. That's one cell that we're tracking. You can see in general, we've got a lot of south to north moving thunderstorm activity right here across portions of Iowa. Also watching for you this tornado watch that is in effect until 9 o'clock. So this whole area certainly has the potential to have thunderstorms that do develop rotation and do develop tornadoes. It's one thing that we got to watch right through this evening. South of there around the Omaha area, we are in a break somewhat right now, west side of town getting some thunderstorm activity, but just north of town, we just had that one cell that we were tracking go through. So busy afternoon. Watching this little line, not severe, but here in eastern Kansas, keeping an eye on it. Also this bigger line of active weather across central portions of Missouri, not severe, but still keeping an eye on it. We've had a lot of heavy rain earlier in eastern Oklahoma and western portions of Arkansas. That flash flood warning still in effect until some of that water subsides. Now we go to the rain that we've been tracking and that thunderstorms are north of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So Denton, you were under that tornado warning. I want you to know that that warning was allowed to expire as was planned at 3 o'clock. Now we're looking at severe thunderstorm warning for Aubrey, Krugerville, and Pilot Point, again in Denton County, and then up into Collins County and Grayson County as well, here just to the north and the east of Denton, Texas, and Denton County, Texas. That area right there. Could be some strong damaging winds. There could be some hail as well. That will be something else that we have to watch. And of course, there's going to be some heavy rain, although the storm size itself has shrunk a bit. Thank goodness, because we have had tremendous rain back here towards Decatur, and this is not good to see that we've got more rain starting to pop back here across the Decatur, Texas area. This on top of the inches. In fact, there was one spot, Slidell, Texas, picked up nearly 7 inches of rain today. I mean, look at this. I didn't move my circle, and you can see where we got the cell right now is completely in the same region as the spots that we picked up in the past 3 hours. 2, 3, even plus inches of rainfall right across this area. So not good to see additional rain falling across this region right now. It is good not to see anything in Dallas or Fort Worth at this time. However, a couple of showers have just popped right there. Not a big deal just yet, but something to watch. And then we go over down to well south of I-20 and well to the west of Waco, but this storm cell might have some baseball-sized hail. We'll be right back.
And just like that, the snow is gone. And parkas become jackets. And sweaters go down for a long nap. And off you go. And your backyard gets a whole lot bigger. And you're running and climbing. And your gear gets lighter and trimmer and fitter and smarter. And now every frozen second spent willing this day to come is just a warm, fading memory.
Oh, this audit will take days. What a headache.
Actually, I don't have a headache anymore. Excedrin really does work fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
Dude, Totino's blasted rolls. Sweet.
Totino's blasted crust rolls.
Yeah.
Flavor it full blast.
To you, they're more than just a pet, so protect them with K9 Advantix 2. Its broad-spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too. K9 Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
The ultimate do-over for wood and concrete. Don't replace, resurface. Behr Premium Deck Over, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Summer never looks so good. Bud Light Lime. Same 100% natural lime flavor in a new bottle. Summer on.
I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick.
She's perfectly healthy.
Cigna covers preventive care. That's having your back.
Fat guys in the woods Woods. New season June 7th on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, a few passing clouds. Low 76. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Monday night, a mostly clear sky. Low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
What an amazingly active country we live in. Let me tell you that right now we've got thunderstorms in Florida, in New York State. We are watching for a blizzard going on in parts of South Dakota, and we've got thunderstorms that may produce tornadoes. So that's where we're going to go right now to show you which thunderstorms we are most concerned about out there. We have a tornado warning for Lincoln, Sioux, and Union County in South Dakota. This is the cell that we're watching right here. It's in the northern part right now of that warned area. It has been moving off to the north and east. The warning continues until 3:15 local time. We're looking for signs of Doppler radar indicated rotation, which is what it initially exhibited. Haven't seen a lot in the past couple of scans coming out of the radar up here in Sioux Falls. So certainly it warrants continued watching here. But at the moment we don't have a strong indication of a tornado. Have not seen a spotter report yet, but still there has been some Doppler radar indicated rotation. So that one warrants getting into your safe room. Otherwise, we have a lot of thunderstorm activity, but nothing warned heading up towards Des Moines, down into central Missouri and even Arkansas. We go down into Oklahoma and Texas, and this area that I've circled here, this is where we're seeing a lot of tremendous rainfall, and this is where we did have that tornado warning earlier for Denton, Texas. That was allowed to expire as expected. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning for the northeastern portion of Denton County, also up into Grayson and Collins County, right up in here, and there may be some gustier winds coming out of that. I'm noticing this storm cell shape is sort of taking more of that C, or that backward C look like that. So that might be indicating that it's getting some gusty winds coming out of it. Nonetheless, here inside, you don't want to be out with this the kind of storm. There's lightning at any rate with it. And we're seeing tremendous rainfall, and more storms are starting to fire back here in Wise County, where we previously got very heavy rain earlier today. This storm that we're zooming in real tight here into around central Texas, Goldwaith, and north and west of Adamsville, that's where we may have had some very large hail and still can continue to get that. We can show you some new video just coming in. This is happening right now from KXAS. They are flying around the Dallas-Fort Worth area to try and see what's happening and assessing the storms. So I don't know what part of town this is in, but we have had tremendous rain the past several days. In Dallas right now and in Fort Worth right now, we are getting a break from the rain falling, but it takes some time for floodwaters to calm down. And so you can see just tremendous water flowing and moving. And, hard to tell. Here we go. It looks like a golf course. Hard to tell what should be underneath it if there was a stream or creek there, but if not, that's a lot of water that's funneling right through that area. A couple of showers have now started popping on the Fort Worth side of town. They're not terribly big, but it is rain and more rain on very saturated ground. So we will monitor those for further development and any concerns as we get through the evening for flooding. Bonnie.
Thanks, Jen. Well, the Carolina coast is seeing more rough surf even as Anna presses inward. Our own Paul Goodlow updates us on the situation at Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina.
Well, the rain continues to come down now here in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, as we're seeing more of the rain from landfalling Tropical Storm Anna. It has weakened throughout the day and into the afternoon as well, but the rain continues to move through this region. Now, in terms of direct impacts, yes, it's the rain coming through, but it's the Atlantic and the impact that ocean has had on the beaches probably the biggest victim from Tropical Storm Ana. Earlier today, when it was not raining, I was talking to Darryl Mills. He is the mayor pro tem of this city, and he talked about how this storm has impacted this community.
Yeah, we've lost obviously some tourism this weekend. Hotels and the restaurants have obviously been impacted, but the beach has kind of survived. We've got some erosion out there, but it's early in the season. We're going to have some good weather, and hopefully the tourists will be back. We certainly welcome them to come back.
As you see there, beach is vitally important to a beach community like here in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. The wind and the rain will slowly continue to push out of here as we head throughout tonight and into your Monday. That rain, though, well, is going to move into the mid-Atlantic, into the Northeast, impacting your Monday morning commute. You'll definitely feel that humidity go on the increase up and down the I-95 corridor, while things south of, say, Virginia, looking to improve as we start out this coming week. Reporting from a wet and windy Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, I'm meteorologist Paul Goodlow. Back to you.
Paul talking about what's ahead Monday, but today's Mother's Day and the storms are having a huge impact on travelers. These are the lines of travelers waiting at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. They're trying to get to Dallas-Fort Worth and Oklahoma City. No wonder there's so many delays, over 300 flights canceled. We're having delays up to 3 hours in the Dallas area for those of you that are traveling on this busy Mother's Day. You want to stay with us because we're also watching the roads that are flooded in Oklahoma and how this will impact the rest of the day.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. And an award for best tasting hard cider.
Have you got the shot yet?
Remember that thing about keeping your face behind the award? Strongbow.
I've got plans. And this is my baby right now. So it's just not the right time to get pregnant. That's why I chose Skyla. Skyla is the small, flexible IUD that prevents pregnancy for up to 3 years. So for me, there are no daily pills or monthly refills. I got my Skyla placed in just a few minutes at my OBGYN's office. And if I want to try to get pregnant, I can get it removed whenever I want.
If you have a pelvic infection, get infections easily, or have certain cancers, don't use Skyla. Less than 1% of users get a serious infection called PID. If you have persistent pelvic or stomach pain, or if Skyla comes out, tell your doctor. Skyla may attach or go through the uterus and cause other problems. Pregnancy while using Skyla is uncommon, but can be life-threatening and may result in loss of pregnancy or fertility. Ovarian cysts may occur, but usually disappear. Bleeding and spotting may increase in the first 3 to 6 months and remain irregular.